The emperor was traveling incognito and spent one night at our place, the Su family. The very next day, he sent people over with a royal wedding sedan and a phoenix crown. He said someone in the Su household was the only person who'd ever moved his heart, and he was coming to bring her to the palace and make her his empress. Life 1. My dad wasted zero time putting the crown on my gorgeous older sister, shoved her in the sedan, and shipped her off to the palace. The emperor took one look at her and drew his sword. You think you deserve to wear this crown? Life 2. Dad sent my insanely talented half-sister. The emperor didn't even hesitate. One sword straight through her heart. Not her either. Life 3. Dad gritted his teeth and put my mom in the sedan. Still elegant, still beautiful. The emperor lost it and had her torn apart by 5 horses on the spot. After that, Dad ran out of options and started sending every maid and servant in the house. One by one. Every single one got killed. Where is she? Why haven't you sent her to me yet? By life 10, there were no more women left. That's when Dad finally remembered me. Sick in bed. She's the only one left. This has to be right. He breathed a sigh of relief and put me in the sedan. But the emperor saw me and got even more furious. He had me skinned alive and hung from the city walls. Why does the Su family keep refusing to send him to me? Now in this final life, when the head eunuch showed up with the sedan and crown again, my dad almost broke down crying. He said we had no idea who the emperor's person was. But the eunuch looked him dead in the eye. The emperor said she's in your house. End of story. My family's been in trade for generations, loaded but zero political power. So my dad always dreamed of marrying his daughters into a powerful family. Back in life 1, when he heard the emperor's special someone was in our household, he couldn't stop smiling. His first instinct? Obviously it had to be my older sister. She was drop-dead gorgeous, turned heads everywhere she went. He was pumped, sent her off to the palace, already dreaming she'd become empress and bring the Su family to the top. But instead of good news, he got her headless body delivered back to the house, and the whole Su family was executed for deceiving the emperor. Life 2. Dad wasn't taking any chances. He turned to my half-sister, the talented one. The night the emperor stayed with us, you were playing Guqin in the pavilion. He was completely hooked. It's gotta be you. She got put in the sedan. Arrow through the heart. Everyone in the Su family died again. Life 3. Dad was desperate. He suddenly looked at my mom. A mother, sure, but still stunning. Yesterday you personally cooked for the emperor. He couldn't stop complimenting your food. Ate 3 full bowls. He's clearly into you. For the sake of the family, Dad forced himself to put Mom in the sedan. She was torn apart by 5 horses the moment she arrived. In the lives after that, every woman in the Su household, family, maids, even the cleaning ladies, all ended up dead in the palace. Then I got skinned alive and hung from the city gates, and the whole family died too. Over and over. Now we're on life 11. Now, watching head eunuch Li Yud show up with that sedan and crown again, my dad can't even fake a smile. This isn't some incredible honor. This is a death sentence for the Su family. Thinking back on 10 lives of horrific deaths, my dad was pale as a ghost, lips trembling as he asked, Chief Li, is there maybe some kind of mistake? We're just merchants. Who in our family could possibly be worthy of the emperor? We've sent every single woman we have. I'm completely out of options. The eunuch glanced around the estate with a fake smile. Master Su, the emperor said she is in this house. He also said, if she's not in the palace within 1 hour, your entire bloodline gets wiped out. Every single person in the Su family went white as a sheet. My dad tried to say something, but the eunuch had already turned and walked away. He left the imperial guards behind, and they completely surrounded the estate. No one was getting out. The whole house erupted into chaos, people crying everywhere. My dad was pacing in circles. Who does the emperor want? If we can't hand her over in an hour, the whole 9 clans are done for. While everyone was freaking out, my older sister suddenly lit up. Dad, I just remembered. When the emperor stayed with us, I think I saw him go into second sister's room. What if we ask her what they talked about? Maybe there's a clue in there. Dad nodded immediately. The whole household came to my room. When they walked in, I was propped up in bed, pale and coughing. Luo Shuang. Dad rushed to my bedside. When the emperor stayed here, did he come to your room? I nodded weakly, barely a whisper. Yeah, he did. Dad got even more worked up. Desperate, he asked, what did he want? What did he say to you? I thought back to that night and told them. The emperor said he came to the Su household specifically for me. Dead silence. Then everyone's eyes went wide. My mom's voice shot up in disbelief. For you? Do you actually know the emperor? I nodded between coughs. Yeah. And the reason I've been sick in bed all these years? That's because of him. With my parents staring at me in shock, I weakly told them the whole story. Back then, he was just the 9th prince, and no power, no favor from anyone. When I found him, he'd been hit by a poison arrow and collapsed outside a rundown temple on the edge of town. I pulled out the whole room went dead silent. My mom's voice was shaking. So that's why you never told us why you got sick. You actually did something that stupid. Then she caught herself. Wait, you said the E. My dad was blown away, but confused. If the emperor remembers you saving his life, then by all logic, you should be the one he's looking for. So why, in the last life, Did he have you skinned alive and hung from the city gate? I shook my head and said nothing. Even as I died in that last life, I couldn't figure it out. The night he stayed here, the moment he saw me, he broke down in tears. He kept thanking me. I nodded. The joy in his eyes was completely real. He said he sat by my bed the whole night, spent years just talking with me. When he found out I'd been sick this whole time because of what I did for him, he was crushed. Personally poured my tea, he swore up and down he'd have the royal doctor wiped my sweat. When he left, he kept looking back, couldn't bring himself to go. He promised me he'd never let me down. That's why, in the last life, I genuinely thought I was the one he wanted. But the second he saw me at the palace, he snapped. This sedan and this crown were prepared for him. You're a sick, useless nobody. How dare you touch his things? He was so furious he ordered me skinned alive right then and there and hung upside down from the city gate. Even the person who literally saved his life isn't the one, so who is she? My older sister was completely lost. My half-sister was panicking too. Right, there are only 10 women in this entire household. All 10 have been sent to the palace. Not one of them was right. My mom muttered in despair. If we don't send someone, the whole bloodline gets wiped out. If we send the wrong person, we all get executed. What are we supposed to do? Dad hesitated, then looked at me, almost begging. Luo Shuang, you saved the emperor's life. You've got more of a shot than anyone. Why don't you go this time? Explain to him that we genuinely don't know who he's looking for, and ask him to give us a name before he thinks we're holding out and wipes out the whole family. I shook my head. It won't work. In the last life, me showing up made him the angriest of all. I died the worst and didn't even get a single word in. Dad started stomping his feet. We're running out of time. If we can't hand someone over, the whole Su clan is dead. Luo Shuang, you've always been the smart one. Think! Who is the emperor looking for? Time was ticking. If the emperor was absolutely certain this person was in our household, there had to be a clue we were missing.